Yeah. Used to move on instinct, now I move on wisdom. Gangsta turn philosopher, that's the evolution. Let's go. Used to be a gangster, now I'm asking why. Used to react with anger, now I analyze. Gangsta turn philosopher, that's the only way to grow. Same nigga, different mindset, that's the only thing I know. Gangsta, turn philosopher. Used to move on impulse, now I think it over. Gangsta, turn philosopher. Pain taught me wisdom, that's the only teacher I discovered.
Used to think with my emotions, used to react first. Used to think survival meant you gotta struggle hurt. Before they hurt you, that's the only law I learned. But that mentality almost cost me everything I earned. 6 shots changed my whole perspective on the game. Made me question every choice, every move, every claim that I made before. Made me look beyond the frame or just react and survive. Made me search for something deeper. Same energy that made me a gangster, made me build my empire. Now that energy got redirected, now it's higher. Purpose, now I'm asking why instead of just a fire. Response, that's growth, that's evolution, and that's not a liar. Tell that's rich information, real introspection. Used to move with anger, now I move with reflection. Before every action, that's the gangsta resurrection. Into something wise, into a deeper connection. With my soul, with my purpose, with the why behind it all. Gangsta taught me survival, but philosophy taught me to stand tall. With understanding instead of just reaction to it all. Both versions made me, that's the growth, that's the call. Used to be a gangster, now I'm asking why. Used to react with anger, now I analyze. Gangsta turn philosopher, that's the only way to grow. Same nigga, different mindset, that's the only thing I know. Gangsta, turn philosopher. Used to move on impulse, now I think it over. Gangsta, turn philosopher. Pain taught me wisdom, that's the only teacher I discovered.
It was just survival, just a trap. And now I see the bigger picture, see the systemic gap that created the conditions. Y'all see the larger map of why the cycle happens, why the same shit always wrap around the same communities. That's not coincidence, that's policy, that's history. Yeah, that's the residence of systems built to fail us. Now I speak with confidence about the why behind the what. That's the difference between a gangster and a gangster who evolved. Same hunger, same fire, but the purpose has transformed. That's surviving to understand it, to be informed by the struggle into someone who sees patterns, who's informed. I read more now than I ever did before. Studying psychology, history, studying the core of why we are the way we are. That's a different kind of war than the one I used to fight. This one happens in my mind, not outdoors. Gangsta gave me toughness, philosophy gave me sight. Yo, both of them together make the man I am tonight. Not soft, not naive, but wise enough to see the light behind the darkness that I live. That's the real fight. This ain't about denying where we came from. This about evolving past the place we became. No violence to pain, to everything that's done. It's about growing wise.
Life taught me loyalty, philosophy taught me why. Loyalty matters, taught me the psychology behind the tie that binds real ones together. That's a deeper why than just ride or die. That's understanding, that's not a lie. I used to glorify the gangsta life like it was all there was. Now I see it as a chapter, not the whole, because of who I am. I'm more than just survivor, more than a buzz of street credibility. I'm a man who thinks, who pauses before reacting out, who questions every belief that I inherited from the street, who finds relief in understanding rather than just managing the grief of everything I've been through. That's the gangster turned chief of his own mind, his own understanding, his own peace. That's a different kind of power than the streets release. Power that comes from wisdom that don't ever cease. Bro, that's the realest gangster evolution. That's the piece that nobody talks about. The mental transformation that happens after trauma, after total devastation of who you thought you were. That's the real foundation for becoming someone wiser. That's the real liberation. Used to be a gangster, now I'm asking why. Used to react with anger, now I analyze. Gangsta turn philosopher, that's the only way to grow. Same nigga, different mindset, that's the only thing I know. Gangsta, turn philosopher. gangster, church philosopher. Hey, taught me wisdom, that's the only teacher I discover.